welcome to Lionheart Dreamweaving. Today I have for you a pick a card style tarot reading, and the topic today is going to be um, what are your blockages in love, and maybe some advice about how to clear them. Okay. So I've prepared for you 4 different possible options here to choose from, starting with an oracle card for each one. And to get a little bit of a general theme, and then we'll pull some tarot cards to explore them more from there. So you can take a moment to tune in to the different piles and choose which one suits you the most. If you feel drawn to, of course, you can watch multiple piles, although I hope for your sake that you don't have so many blockages to love, but however it resonates, you can enjoy the video. I'm going to try and give you something sort of healing and constructive here with these messages today. So the first pile, we have this hat, Monopoly hat. Pile number 2, I have the car. Pile number 3, I have the dog. And pile number 4, we have the money bags. Okay. So you can go ahead and choose the pile that resonates with you the most. Take a moment to tune in with yourself, pause the video if you need to, and then find the timestamp in the description box down below and click your reading, and I'll see you there. Greetings, those of you who chose pile number 1. So this reading is going to be about what are your blockages in love, and maybe some advice about how to clear them. So you have here the Lamb card. Okay. Yeah. Okay, a few things coming through with that. So my first impression is like the Lamb is very like sweet and peaceful and innocent in its positive qualities. Very pure. However, maybe this could also have a level of naivete to it on the shadow side. This could also be a metaphor for like martyrdom, perhaps, or self-sacrifice tendencies. But let's get a little more into it with the tarot here. Yeah. Like I get that the lamb is very, like my first impression of the lamb, it's very sweet. It's got a lot of positive sweetness to offer in love, but at the same time, can maybe be vulnerable to being hurt or exploited or preyed upon, right? In some type of way. Okay. We have the Hermit card with aloneness, receptivity, it's the Queen of Cups, and participation. Oh, okay. That's kind of an interesting dichotomy there, or like, yeah, a bit of a polarity there between like kind of being pulled in 2 directions of wanting to participate in and merge with people, then wanting to pull away and be alone and protect your energy, kind of, right? Like it's kind of being pulled in 2 different directions, and then like with the lamb and the receptivity here, there's like a high level of sensitivity here, high level of openness of absorbing other people's like energies, right? So that can come with certain challenges as well, right? So that make it like perhaps like you have developed as like a defense mechanism against being like overly sensitive. So yeah, that you can like pull away and disconnect. Okay, so I have the Justice there on the injustice side under the lamb too. Yeah, so that kind of reinforces the theme of what I was talking about previously, of like having been seriously hurt in the past. Maybe you feel like you've been seriously wronged in some way, or some type of kind of unjust feeling thing happened to you at some point in relation to love and relationships, and you were a bit innocent in the situation, or you felt yourself to be that way. Okay. And these three all fell out together here. So this would be like walking away from a conflict here with the Five of Swords. You got you got the Nine of Wands, the Sun on the on the darker side of things, and then the Five of Swords here. But this is our having like walked away from a conflict. This is the walking away side of things. Yeah, and then and then this side of the Nine of Wands. So this is particularly in relation to relationships, because this is sort of like, this is the sexual healing card, to be honest. Like, this is to do with like sort of carnal relations or that type of thing. So like, it's kind of like someone kind of got burned in a intimate relationship and had to walk away. Even like on the Sun card here, even the horse looks a little bit sad on this side here. So, but if we're talking about like what are your blockages in relationships, it's like, yeah, you might still have some baggage from a previous relationship or previous, if it's not like, this could also be your relationship to the parents or your, family of origin dynamic as well. It probably is also a layer to it. Okay, I'm going to clarify next the receptivity card here. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, so you got two again. So you're getting a bunch of cards on this bottom row here, but it's kind of a complex dynamic to unravel, it looks like. So, but yeah, it looks like here, interesting. So you got double Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups on the Queen of Cups. And like we're seeing again, like, interesting, we're seeing the backside of all these cards up until this point. Like, and this is like we're seeing here her little throne of ice here. It's kind of like, this is like sort of like, in a way, her like emotional stability is built on this, but and then also doubly reinforced with the Four of Pentacles here. So there's like a holding energy. So interestingly, so yeah, your receptivity to love is being blocked. There's like an emotional holding pattern here, which is you've kind of like iced it over a little bit, I guess, like as a defense to like react here. So yeah, that's really fascinating to get double kind of confirmation with the Queen of Cups, clarifying the Queen of Cups, and then we're seeing the icy side of the throne, and then there's this holding energy with the Four of Pentacles here, right? Okay. So it's all starting to come together here. It's making sense. So let's clarify the last little bit to participation. So let's get some advice for you here. How can we kind of melt this ice for you and make it in a way that still feels safe for your more innocent and vulnerable parts here, that you can step back into that participation energy here, and loving relationships, right? Let's see. Okay. I got one card. It's Ten of Pentacles here. Okay. All right. So this came first, I guess, but like then, yeah, I was still wanting to pull something else to clarify it. So I got these two came together here, which is the Star and the Moon. Okay, all right. Here's the part. Here's the interesting thing. All right, so you got the Ten of Pentacles here. So the advice for you is like, Um, yeah. All right. Um, it's kind of saying like, yeah, don't force anything, or it's like this. It's there's a sort of balance at play here. Like, I'm getting now a sense that this Four of Pentacles here, like these two guys are kind of looking similar to me. And so there might actually be a certain wisdom in this like emotional holding pattern, or like that like you're not just letting yourself be like fully open and receptive to every sort of energy that comes your way in a sense. Like it's kind of good to have a certain level of like um protection of the heart and the like sort of innocence here. And then because it's saying like here with this like Ten of Pentacles, kind of advice for you is like actually like just standing kind of strong in your own independent energy here, investing in yourself more. Because here's the interest, like the Ten of Pentacles, it says two sides here. So like this side of here, there's actually a couple, um, like a man and a woman. But on this side, it's just the man. It's just this older man and his dog, and the same thing. It's like this older man. Like they're both these white-haired, bearded, long-haired kind of men here. So it kind of looks similar to me. And it's kind of like this being like the sort of evolution of the 10 being the evolution of the 4, right? So, but it's kind of like just saying like continue further investing in yourself. Um, at the same time, like uh, you can still, um, yeah, not to totally withdraw from the world either, though. Like it's saying like the participation, like to keep a balance with it as well. Like you can learn like enough of this internal holding and stability that you aren't um, that you're able to like participate like in the life of the world and exchange of energies, participation with people without getting fully engulfed in something which will end up hurting you, right? And then so it's sort of like uh, it's like this is not totally wrong. This sort of strategy here, like with the with aloneness, especially with the sort of retreating into your own energy here. Um, but at the same time, you can also like open up and participate, like um, and have it, yeah, the sort of like internal boundaries, right? And then what's coming through there is sort of like at this point you can kind of manifest this sort of like this like a mysterious sort of wish fulfillment kind of coming here on this end of things, but it's like it's still a little bit, or yeah, because like this sort of implies a choice, but it's not like how you might think in the sense of it's not like a direct um literal like choice in that sense. It's more like an energy alignment kind of thing here because the moon card is a bit that mystical mysterious element of reality, and it's like what path do you choose in a sense. Yeah, but it's saying that um like your dream come true in the sense of like what you've sort of always wanted, your wish fulfillment in these like love matters, romantic matters of the heart, right, is possible. Like here, say like it actually kind of in the stars for you here with these this constellation here and the eclipse and these like shooting stars and stuff. Like it's just like it might not always feel that way when you're still in this sort of energy on this side of things with the sun. Now this side, the interesting thing, it's like even though like it's very sad and disappointed energy here, even this side of the card does have the promise of optimism of a new dawn arising, sort of on the horizon. And this card also actually, there's slightly a dawn coming, like maybe over the horizon here, um, to like get back into that full like sun energy here. But it might not be necessarily easy to see that at the time here. So for you, this reading is saying like the blockage to love here might just be like a certain level of like, only thing to warn you about is like maybe too much pessimism, because like if you're just a little bit too pessimistic, maybe you like won't even like put yourself out there ever, or like you won't even like dare to like participate in the world anymore, out of fear of like, yeah, like being any this sort of energy like repeating itself, this like injustice here. um but I think there's like a message in the middle, yeah, that you have learned enough like internal containment and energetic boundaries to your like receptivity here, that you would be able to like navigate this thing and be strong like in yourself, right? Like would navigate now, going forward anyway, um, without necessarily like, you still have to be, not say completely throw caution to the wind, but apply the wisdom and discernment of the lessons that you've learned from the past, and that like you won't really actually have to worry about these things happening to you again, because now you know you would be able to like see the red flags and avoid those things preemptively, right? Yeah, because you have enough strength in yourself, you could just kind of say no to like any of those dynamics, right? And wait for this better opportunity here to come for you. Okay. Um, yeah, I hope that made sense, and I hope that was helpful, or at least, entertaining for you. I'm going to end the reading here, and if you liked it, please click the like button, and comment down below if you'd like to. I always like reading your comments. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Welcome, or welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye. Hello, those of you who chose pile number 2. Greetings, and let's get into your reading about your love blockages, and maybe some advice for you about that. Okay, so you have the dolphin. All right, so first thing I get, it's very like joyful, it's very high vibrational energy. The dolphin, in this deck, it talks about like being like a spiritual healer, being like a big light, like having like a kind of large impact on the people around you. But the shadow side, you might not necessarily understand or see that for yourself, how much of an impact you have on people. Yeah. What else about the dolphin? Dolphins kind of make me think of sexuality a little bit. I mean, they're sexual creatures, so maybe there's something to do. But we'll pull more cards here and see if that's a theme that emerges. Okay, so what other love blockages for pile number 2? Okay. Oh, interesting. The lovers, receptivity, and possibility. It's kind of interesting, a double sort of thing about like choices here. These came together, I guess. The lovers, but then also, yeah, possibilities are both kind of about like making choices here. Oh, okay. This is kind of interesting. Okay. All right, we're going to clarify these also, but these two also wanted to come sort of together. So the dream and projection. Well, that would be a bit of a blockage. Huh? So it's kind of like very sweet. Like maybe you're like a very romantic sort of person, very romantic, like idealistic sort of soul here, and like very high vibrational. You have like a lot to offer, but at the same time, yeah, like maybe you have a tendency also to project your beautiful dreamy visions onto other people who, yeah, maybe you're not necessarily always seeing your possible lovers clearly here. That could be a big problem, potentially. Okay, so this is the 9 of Cups. It's like wish fulfillment, yeah. Let's clarify the lovers next. Clarify the lovers. Heartbreak. So it's, whoa, okay, that's too many cards. Spilling out here. I guess I'll take this first one. Oh, I had one under it. I'll take those. Okay, well, so far it's very clearly a story of like getting your hopes up, kind of from a little bit like fuckboy or fuckgirl energy, sort of. To be honest, I'm gonna put this Page of Wands here and then next to the Seven of Pentacles here. Clarify the dream and projection. Oh, hold on, before we do that, I'm gonna stop and talk about it just for a sec. So yeah, so here it's like you're starting over here, you got really beautiful hopes and dreams and ideals, and you got a lot to give, and you're like looking for something beautiful and your wish fulfillment. But it's like just kind of experience of getting heartbroken. You're heartbroken by people here with this Three of Swords. Wait, well, there's, yeah, and then the Seven of Pentacles next to it here. So it's sort of like sitting there kind of assessing, like, oh, what went wrong, or like, why, why does this all keep happening to me, or that kind of thing. And then with the Page of Wands here, so it's like especially when it comes to these like fiery, like romantic or sexual sort of entanglements with people. Now this is that sort of like non-committal type of energy or wishy-washy. It can be passionate, but it also can be like disappear on you and that kind of thing. Yeah, it's like you feel like you're like really receptive to possibilities, but there might be a problem here. Yeah, like maybe you're too visionary and receptive to possibilities, and you're seeing all this possibilities in people, and like, you're just falling in love with people's potential. It's like, I'm sorry to say it if that's true. It's not a nice thing, of course, to be in that position or have that tendency. So we're going to give some advice for you if that's the case for you. If you're the type of person that's a little bit too much tending to fall in love with potential and get yourself heartbroken over it because you're projecting something. Like it's not that you're wrong. Like you have such a beautiful heart here. It's like beautiful energy. Like you have beautiful dreams and visions. Like I sympathize fully. Yeah, but it's like, how can you meet someone who's actually going to match you there? Well, okay. As I said that, these all fell out with the Two of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. Is this actually advice? Hold on. I mean, well, like, I guess it's kind of just saying like the Nine of Pentacles is the only piece of this bit I could even interpret in a like kind of advice way, because this is just what I was just saying, that like the sort of being met by an equal here. And like a soulmate type of thing, and feeling like faded and stuff. Hold on, this isn't even, I don't know, is this, hold on, advice or not? Okay, well, I'll say here you see the Nine of Pentacles, which is kind of like, yeah, like standing in your own energy here. Like sort of being strong and independent, and like waiting on someone here. But like, how is this? Okay, what I'm trying to I'm struggling to understand. Is this actually the solution for you here? Is this the advice I'm supposed to be giving you, or is this simply like describing more so the nature of your dreamy projections here? Okay, hold on. Can I like scooch these over? I want to pull like more little bit of cards on this side because I'm still not sure about that. Is that actually like advice? Because because the only piece of potentially way I could like put this as advice is like, yeah, just be sort of strong in your power here. Okay, well, I guess that maybe is the advice, because I pulled this. This is morality. So this is like Queen of Swords. So that would be boundaries. So it's just kind of like having good boundaries, I guess, like learning that for you. Like, because you have so much like beautiful, like soft, like lover energy. Like you might not be the type of person that like wants to like cut people out or like in that type of way. It might not be against your nature in that sense. Yeah. I guess I'd just say the only piece of advice for you is try and keep a bit of like realistic sense of like keep or maybe go to a friend for advice or something like to keep things realistic for yourself about because you got again a double card or well not again but you got a double card here which is this two of wands. So it's talking about like seeing the possibility sort of clearly or realistically is the most important thing when it's being clarified under the Queen of Wands here. So it's like having like getting a realistic assessment here of like what's like a functional relationship dynamic and what is just like dreamy romantic projection here. Um, and yeah, maybe if you're having problem, it's hard for you maybe necessarily to see it for yourself. Getting like friends' advice or perspective on things can help get some clarity. I mean, go to somebody you would trust to be like objective and neutral with you, or someone who cares about you enough to be honest and that you would trust their judgment on it. So that way you don't like have to go back and forth with yourself and like get advice and then not follow the advice and then be disappointed or whatever. So just someone you trust and to be honest and unbiased with you and being willing to cut through your projections here because there's these clouds in the background. It's kind of this hazy energy here. But otherwise, it's actually kind of looking good, or like there is some, oops, some good potential for you here with this Two of Cups and this Star card sort of manifesting. Like you're on a good path. Like maybe all this is sort of in the past, or it's like things you've like had to learn from. But yeah, your sort of blockage does seem to be like your biggest blockage coming up in the cards here is this tendency to project and fall in love, project your romantic idealism on people and fall in love too much with potential and possibilities that an individual might not be willing or ready to manifest. So just watch out for that. Maybe like a trusted friend get some like perspective and advice every now and then and actually like take it into consideration, like for real, for real. But you'll be all good and like you can manifest something really beautiful here in love. Yeah, it's really nice. So yeah, I think that's all I have for you. So yeah, I hope this reading was helpful to you, or at least interesting. If you liked it, please like the video and comment down below if you want, because I always like reading your comments. And subscribe if you're new to the channel. Welcome, welcome back if you're returning. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Greetings to those of you who chose pile number 3. This is going to be your blockages in love reading, and hopefully some advice for you about that. Okay, so you have the elk card. So this is like very strongly like on the masculine energy side of this deck. Like in this deck, this is like the father. Like yeah, it's about like kind of like stability and like practical support and being there for the herd or your tribe or something like that. But let's see how this like relates for you or ties in with like love blockages here. Oh, this could also be like ego. Strong ego, which strong ego is like it's useful, it's good in some ways, but has downsides in others. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Clarify this elk energy for pile number 3. What are their blockages in love? Here participation. We have adventure. Okay. Yeah, then we got these kind of came out. And this one fell, but it didn't flip, but maybe I'll take it because it looks like it fits maybe in the middle there. So, yeah, okay. Well, it's something about like independence here and not wanting to lose yourself. This sounds like commitment issues, actually, number one. Well, that's kind of like what it was looking like from the beginning. Commitment issues, because yeah, it's like, okay, with participation, these two like inner child cards going on in the middle. We'll get back to that. And then on this side, compromise here. So like, yeah, like the sort of participation compromise. So it's like, yeah, well, like what to even be in a relationship requires like a certain level of compromise and like, hopefully healthy compromise. Like, but like, and the thing is, like, if you have a certain wounding pattern from the like childhood, like, especially in regards to like authority or being controlled or something with like the father figure, like, that it can be like tough to have a sort of healthy relationship for like, or a healthy balance of what kind of compromise or like, how do I explain this? I'm sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. It like the a healthy relationship to compromise. You know what I'm saying? You might be a little bit more leaning towards the hyper independence type of way, or the like my way or the highway, almost actually more of that almost, yeah. Then I mean, oh, talk about ego. Ding, ding, ding. So, ego death here. And we'll look at this. I love when this happens with the imagery. The eclipse is in both cards. The eclipse energy. So this is ego death. So this is saying like, this is the part of the spirit that like lives on, like even when the ego is completely obliterated. Like, it's still a part of you lives on, and then because it's just the armor. Yeah, it's like the armor you carry. It's like his horns, right? He actually, the elks or whatever, don't they drop their horns? Like there's like a certain phase before the winter that they drop their horns, right? After the mating season. Yeah, there's something funny about that. So yeah, okay. So like for you to actually like be in a relationship where it requires certain dropping, like you stabilize into that, would require you to make certain compromises and be willing to like drop certain parts of your ego that have got you to this point so far. Interesting. All right. Okay. Participation. I want to clarify participation. So we're talking about love and relationships. So interestingly, so this would be the Nine of Pentacles. So I was talking about independence as well. It's funny. So this is a strong independent woman card here. But look, like she's here in this card. If you look at the details, like, oh, please. Yes. Okay. Focus. Yes. So you could see, like, actually she's like messaging back and forth, like old school style texting with the carrier pigeons here. There's this guy like up in the tower. Right. So it's like talking about actually, so about like there's sort of a desire here for you like to get into like participate in a relationship or like, you know what I mean, but you're like trying not to like compromise your level of independence, which like fair enough. I'm not saying you should compromise your independence. That's not the advice here, but just to like take a deeper look at it. Maybe all right, we're gonna clarify these cards, the adventure and the outsider here, because there might be some inner child wounding here when it comes to your sense of independence and kind of like having to maintain that, like, because like the adventure here, like kind of like the card. So this the outsider sometimes like the gate. Sometimes it's a meaningful like detail, but this time I actually don't worry about the gate at all. To be honest, it's like for me this is just communicating like the inner child wounding. But like the adventure card is kind of like what I'm getting drawn to the most here, and it's like. It's like, yeah, because it's this one kind of wanting to just go on their own way and like have their adventure and have their path and have it like not be inhibited by the confines of like the boundaries of a relationship, but at the same time still like wanting to participate in a relationship. So it's kind of funny here, like wanting to have your cake and eat it too, but that doesn't always work. All right, clarify the adventure card, please. already been talking about it, but let's clarify. Adventure and the outsider? Did I try to clarify them together? Okay. Three of Pentacles. Again, this is like somebody like, so that's like someone like making an offer of cooperation here in the Knight of Cups. Right. So it's like someone, even if someone came and like made you an offer, like would you even like be willing to accept? Even if it's a high quality offer, like this is a rich person here, they're offering you like their emotion. Like this could be like a high quality like person, like offer you something, but you might not. It might be hard for you to even like accept it because the idea of like commitment and closing off your options for adventure and like life might feel like it's going to limit your growth in some way. That's funny. Okay, I almost like these cards tried to jump earlier and I didn't take them, but they came again anyway. Now with the Hermit card, so it's okay. You got the Wheel of Fortune, the Moon, and the Hermit under the compromise. That's like a big issue here, I guess. Also with the Thunderbolt on the end. Do I have to clarify that one separately? I guess if I do, I have to scooch these all over. Okay, so so there's like something here about the being alone. Like you'd kind of like rather be alone and like test the fate than like you're like then settle for something. You know, if you're like settling for something would be like worse, like a fate worse than like being alone potentially. Okay, so what's the advice for you here with the Thunderbolt? Like, what is the big like Thunderbolt realization here? What's the Tower moment for you here that kind of shatters this ego here and causes this ego death? Because we got to loop this all the way back around to the beginning. You see, like this energy is just going to get stuck at this point. Otherwise, like, so you got to have this Tower moment at the end to cause the ego death at this like here, which we brought at the beginning with the eclipse. I'm recording this right like after an eclipse cycle, or we just came out of an eclipse portal, so it's a time of recording. The energy is very potent. It's very like electric in the air. Maybe you hear it in my voice a little bit. So okay. Yeah. Well, maybe the message is enough for you right here. Maybe just even like if you can like internalize this and actually like for real see what I'm talking about. Like if you see that in yourself, I think maybe that's enough to shake you up here. But it's talking about like mental healing or like a journey over water or whatever it would be. Like the metaphor is like yeah, mental healing and sort of a change of perspective, letting go of old baggage or burdens for you. But yeah, it's like for you the like main thing is like just commitment issues and just being like scared of like, well, like what maybe the gate, I said the gate's not relevant, maybe it is relevant because actually now I'm thinking it's like a cage. Actually maybe like you're not afraid. Some often this card's interesting. It's talking about like being afraid of being like left out and not being able to get through the gate to like participate in the adventure. I'm actually like feeling like you're afraid of getting locked in. That's so brilliant. That's weird. Okay, you're afraid of getting locked in and feeling like trapped in the relationship. And okay, yeah. Well, I don't know. That's just a fear you have to face. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you have the moon here. That's like internal, deep subconscious fears. You got the going over water. Like the water sort of like flowing into these two cards together here. Like, look at this. Like the dark waters here. It's like almost like a one combined card here. It's like the level of flow going on between those two. And then yeah, you got the I can't really give you a solution to this, my friend. I'm sorry, because this is like a hermit thing. Like you just got to do the inner work to like figure out that like get to the heart of that fear, like feel it and like work on it, like bring it up to the surface here, out of the unconscious. Like you got to with the moon here. Um, and like let yourself go through the ego death process to like let go of the parts of the identity that like would cling on to that, or like the wounding or whatever the patterns for you or whatever the details and all that might be that would like cause you to fear commitment. Okay. um in that way, because like at this rate, like if you don't do all that, like even if someone really high value, like like your dream come true soulmate were to come in here, like make you an offer, like well, you're at risk that you might just reject it or something because too afraid to getting locked into something. So you wouldn't want to miss that if it came at you. So go deep, deep dive on the releasing those fears there. even if it shakes up your system a little bit and you have to like have a little mini ego death here, it'll do you some good. Okay. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Sorry if it's harsh, or interesting, maybe. It's reading. Oh, if it, yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like it if you got something out of it. Also, I always like reading your comments. If you have anything to comment down below, feel free. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and you like my style. Welcome, or welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, greetings. This week chose pile number 4. This reading is going to be about what are your blockages in love, and hopefully it gives you some advice for that. Okay, so you have here the raccoon. Okay, well that one's pretty clear and straightforward to me. The raccoon it's shy, hiding itself. It's about self-worth. It's about being like in the limelight or being in the light on the stage, right? Being seen, fear of being seen, low self-worth, self-esteem issues. Yeah, feeling worthy. All those things. Just like a little scaredy guy. There. Look at it. It's so sweet and scared. But it's so nice. So cute. All right. We're gonna pull some clarifier cards here. Some tarot cards for pile number 4. Try the shuffling again. A little better. All right, pile number 4. What are their blockages in love? Celebration. Oh, just expressing yourself like joyfully. Oh, so sweet. It's a bit scary, I know. Conditioning all. Yeah, and then success. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. Oh, you're so sympathetic. I love you. I just want to squeeze your cheeks. I'm sorry. Is that rude? I'm sorry. Like no, it's like there's an energy here of like being conditioned out of like showing your light. Oh, it's like being forced to like fit in and like make yourself small. And like not express your joy. Like there's 2 cards here that look really joyful. It's like on both sides of like it's sort of being suppressed. Like oh, it's just so sad. Like that's why I want to feel so sympathetic towards you. Because like you got this like really beautiful energy, and it's just been sort of like maybe you had experiences where it's been like conditioned out of you, or like you've been conditioned not to express like those positive sort of sweet qualities about yourself. Okay, so then on the creator, okay, that's probably, yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it for that. We're gonna start clarifying the lower rope, but this might be like you moving into your power here. So let's see. We'll see how this timeline goes for you. So okay, so we're gonna clarify the raccoon. Pull 1 card from this other deck. Well, the energy is moving in a positive direction because the tiger of success is like moving towards that sort of like strong self-empowerment ones, like mastering your own energy. The creator. So, oh, interesting. The creator. Okay, so the raccoon card talks about being like having creative energy, but being like too shy to express it, or feeling like too judged to express it. So, and it talks about like the healing for that being to create something, to like express your creative energy. So for you, actually, it might be helpful for the self-esteem thing to just do also like a creative project as well, like not necessarily related to love or relationships directly at all, but just expressing something like creative and not feeling like you're judged for it. Yeah, you have the High Priestess here. So it's, yeah, like that's the silent card, but it's like having some deep inner wisdom, but like keeping silent about it. 10 of Wands, it's like an ego issue there. So maybe for you, it's almost like your ego is maybe too small, in a way. Like maybe you actually need to like buff up your ego a little bit, like like actually like see yourself a bit more in the the lion energy rather than the sheep. Right? See that you're yeah, and then so you have this sort of the page of cups here. Very like a romantic, idealistic. Again, it's very like sweetheart energy here, but it's talking about, yeah. So the getting to like what's at the core of that here, because we have the on the dark backside, we're seeing the turtle. Yeah, hold on, let me clarify. Okay, wait, but that's clarified. Oh, so that's under the conditioning. So, right. So that's kind of like what I was saying of like you've sort of been conditioned not to express that deep core, like beautiful, like soul energy you have, like the creative, like sweet, sensitive energy here. Like there's a wound. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Nine of Wands with the Queen of Wands under the success card here. Yeah. So the Nine of Wands is like Nine of Wands is feeling wounded. And then the creative, like expressing your creative energy outwardly with that Queen of Wands there. All right. So let's clarify the creator. So what is the healing? What would the advice here for healing for this? Piles number 4 here. Okay, we got the back side of the Queen of Wands, but I feel like I want one more for that. So that's so we're seeing the crystals there. So like there's sort of like the sense of the crystallized wisdom that she's gotten from her experiences. Okay, yeah, interesting. So of all the things, like of all the readings, interestingly, yours is kind of least directly about like romantic relationships. It's kind of more for you, interestingly, about like expressing your soul in a creative project, like expressing your wisdom, your sweetness, you know, like all of these things, and putting it like into something you can like work on, like with the Eight of Pentacles here, and this Six of Cups. So yeah, like having a creative outlet, I think for you actually will be very healing of your like energy and self worth, and help to like decondition from this sort of shyness of like that's like kind of preventing you from putting yourself out there in the world and being seen. So maybe like for you the biggest blockage in love is actually just not like being seen, or not even like being willing to make yourself be visible, because there's like a certain level of like self-esteem or like creative self-expression like difficulties here, or like wounding patterns that need to like be cleared out, because otherwise like you'll just stay invisible, stay in the background, like not even be on the radar of any potential like relationship opportunities if you don't go through that process of like, yeah, interesting. For you, it's actually kind of like quite straightforward. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say here. So I might just end it here, even though this one is a little shorter than the others, but it's pretty straightforward. For you, it's like just like devoting your energy into like these like creative passions or a project, like will be like really healing and help decondition these self-esteem, self-worth, like patterns of somebody's about like willing to be visible in the world. Um, yeah, because it's like hard here. He's like kind of on top of the world. Like he's successful, he's visible, he's happy, celebrating. Like these are all like very visible energies here. Yeah. All right, but maybe there's like a fear of being judged, because on this side, the Six of this guy looks a bit stern and judgmental here. This guy like on the Six of Cups here, which is Six of Cups is kind of like the again another more sort of innocent, sweet, like gentle part of yourself, right? That might be harsh for that part. But yeah, you have also a certain amount of strength here, like resilience with the Queen of Swords and like these accumulated crystals of wisdom here. I think you will be able to do it. Yeah, so just focus on your projects, your passions, light that spark, be willing to put yourself out there. Yeah, it'll do you some good and open your energy up to being more noticeable for love interests. and you might just have some fun, meet some people, celebrate, have a good time. Yeah, it's all good. I hope that's helpful or interesting to you at least. And yeah, please like the video if you liked it or got something out of it. Comment down below if you'd like. I always like reading your comments. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, please. Or welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. Thank you for visiting. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.